They don't get anything. Give you like 3 minutes or something. I swear. We get technical issues, but we are back online. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, I mean, issues or no issues, it feels natural still because it's like, I mean, what we talk about is like something that be one a normal conversation, so we can record over and over again and then it won't change anything actually. Shout out to the girls. Yeah, so we are back online and we have our girls here, though I don't remember which one is which. Christy, then Shalom. Christy on the right, Shalom on the left. Shout out to the girls.
Shout out to the girls.
They are growing beautifully, innit? Mother Nature. That means I know it. So yeah. So we are talking again about why people subscribe to religion. Yeah, and before we had the technical issues, we started with religion or no religion, right? It's like, are we better off with religion? Are we better off as a society with or without religion? You go first.
Why we can go first?
Are they busy if you go first?
Yeah, try to me see we can go first.
I'll be busy, so yeah. Religion or no religion? Again.
I would talk to you, yes, religion.
Yes, religion.
To an extent.
No. Like, so
I mean,
religion or no religion, so what be, like net positive to a society, so like religion or no
you check like it. I take religion like science. You check like science. Science do good, it sound do bad.
Yeah.
So religion getting good side, we getting bad side.
So religion for you?
Religion for me to some extent. So if for bad what religion is, it be something we start in communities sort of to keep people on some rules and regulations for the greater good of the whole society.
Yeah.
So then fancy like just having like an all powerful moralizing God, no, as a focal point. No?
Yeah.
They give people that extra like self-control, that extra oomph, no, that extra zeal to go forward and do more good, to kind of follow some rules and be more like to each other.
Yeah.
That be how it all starts. But the thing you see, as religion they progress, the people for inside for know how religion did, the reason why it did. So say you go catch some points be if they do good, you know they do good sake of. I mean the Bible. I will use the Bible sake of. I mean we grew up Christians. I don't know what he did the Quran inside.
Yeah.
But the sake of, you know they do good sake of this. The Bible they talk, you see like do good.
I mean, that's where it all started from, because I mean it's still guided by the scripture, so people will always like refer back to that.
Yeah, but I talk see you forget to that point we you catch you see say I do good no be sick of the Bible they tell me say we can do good, but then just doing good just because.
Yeah.
That point no way for the Bible like you catch that point now.
But then they feel say people actually go feel good to that point.
Hey, more minutes they get to that point. And yeah, the more minutes they get to a point where they see say like them not do good sake of religious purposes, but they do good sake of if them did the other person in shoes inside.
Yeah.
They would love make the other person to do good to them. But just see more minutes they do good like them minutes really did like the whole religious sects inside where you check like them a mind or like they chew the Bible back to back.
Those ones so
them do good. I check like they may tell God say make you register put on say them do good, but then it ain't in so. Just for get to that point.
It's a no religion for me actually. I mean, like I feel like society is better off. There is a net positive of not having like religion. For a society. Why? I think so. Religion is based on like a bad premise, right? So I mean, mostly the premise is like, oh, you for do good because if you know do good, something like this will happen to you, which is bad, right? If you know do something like this, so from the start, the premise that is used to start something like that, is bad already because from the get-go, you are sort of like instilling fear, in people. Yes, you can get them to behave some way for you to be able to achieve something, which, maybe might be good, but then it can also be bad. But the premise is bad because you are instilling fear. As soon as you instill fear, the premise is wrong, right? Yeah, so and fear, as they talk about, like fear impedes like human progress more than anything. We like at the feel say if we didn't have religion, like the world would be far. It's not our reality, but as an alternative universe, then I feel like a universe without religion will like far more like it will grow by this time, I'm sure saying can we reach like some type 3 civilization or something without religion. But like people they fear this, people they fear that, because they wouldn't want to go to hell, so they do the. It can actually get to a point where somebody can quote something from the scripture and say that money is the root of all evil. So don't do anything that will even bring you money and all those stuff, right? It's like it's based on fear. You can have a good religious leader who can actually help you navigate that. Oh yes, you for do this, so say we'll go hell, but then they mean say don't try at all, right? That is when maybe like those are the positive ones, but because it's based on that fear, you just need some leader from anywhere to sort of like invoke that thing, and then like it just go downhill. And I feel like no religion can ever last, like whether Christianity or whatever. It will get to some point, it will cease to exist because it's based on a bad premise. Humans always will want to be free. Humans will always want to feel, that freedom. And religion doesn't allow for that. So it will get to a point, all of those like factions in religion, whether Islam, Christianity, or whatever, it will cease to exist. People are still scared now, one way or the other. So they subscribe to religion to, sort of. That's why religion is more of sort of like more common in Africa than the Western, like world in terms of like aggregate, right? Because in the Western world, there is science to fall back on to solve issues. In Africa, that thing is not developed, hasn't developed that much. So you have people clinging on to like hope, faith, and all of these escapism words, right? Just to feel better about themselves. But if you have a society that trends more towards like like an evidence-based thing where you can get results based on something, then you sort of like deviate more from like their religion. So I feel like a society without religion, or I mean, with like not so much focus on religion, they thrive more than a society that does. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's what it is, at least for me. But then it brings us to the fact that religion also, they talk about the fear of God. Say like, if you fear God, or if you do this, or if you no do that, like you go hell or something. So, do you believe in God or no?
Oh yeah, that one there.
You believe in God?
So the way the universe did, I never feel see I know to believe in God.
But do you believe in God through the lens of a religious belief?
If I explain further, I don't remember.
No, so like you see, say like religions sort of like they claim sort of like a moral, authority, or some kind of like authority on God. It's like, if you believe in God, you must be religious, right? Like you have to be a Muslim or a Christian or some kind of, belong to a religious faction to be able to believe in God. Which, like, I believe you don't have to belong in any of those things to believe in God. So, like, do you believe in God through any of these lenses? Like, do you believe in God because, like, you're a Christian and you believe in God, or you believe in God in your own way, or like your own understanding?
I'm a Christian, but
I
can't see the light. Yeah. But I can't see the light.
You are a Christian, but you can't see the light. Which light is
that?
Light? I thought the light was Jesus Christ. We like that.
But the thing is, it's still not a deviate from like what I grew up on. It's like, I believe, say, God day.
Yeah.
There was a man who walked this earth called Jesus. It just be say the way the story did in like the Bible and the way we were taught,
yeah,
I feel say it has been distorted. Way the more I do my research and I do my findings, now I see saying this seems all just be distorted to sort of serve a particular purpose. So I really know the Bible, still know the Bible why to today the highest position in Christianity, which be the Pope, is coming from the Roman Catholic. Where the Roman Catholics be Romans, they them kill Jesus. The Romans never they care about Christianity. Up until Constantine go have that dream where he entice Christians, make them fight for him. Like, so if that war never happened, and the Romans never they care about Christianity.
I don't know, say a weird fact or a fun fact, but the Nero actually they ban Christians, they use them as candles.
They persecute them raw. Nero now you crazy pass. But by the way, Nero then Constantine and the Roman emperors. Emperors. But yeah, and up onto that one, they care about Christianity. The Romans be one empire where they be like crazy political, they be love power and anything. So he infused Christianity into the whole Roman Empire. Where you win that war, where you see the way that like that power of religion did over menace. That's why the feel say like if we really it be wow.
So like the modern Christianity as we know now thrived not based on sort of like some innate Christian values, but based on politics.
Where it make the whole thing seem some kind of way. There's a high possibility say that whole thing has been distorted to serve a particular purpose.
Yeah.
It will have a lot of truth in there. That one the idea. But then there'll be something it will be distorted or not mentioned. Like them take books out of the Bible. Documentations where I feel say if a day the Bible inside,
Then Jane Mary Magdalene.
Them Jane and so Jesus in life from
if you Peter, you do that thing.
from 12 to like 30 or something,
Yeah.
So like I will say like dancing some like more truths there the Bible inside. But then like I talk, you forget your point where for the actually bab what they go on. Like you read the Bible like you for seek like clarification within yourself, like just going over the words and then see how like what this actually means, how does this fit in my life? And it's like all those things for workouts give you that. That's what they take about, not purposely like from pastor they can't give you in words, then you just go follow just like that. So of all the minutes you go theology school. But
I mean, so right. So then it goes back to the premise again for me, because what it is start all of these things, right? The premise is, make no question, and then this is the anointed, man of God. This is like touch not my anointed, like those things, right? And then if you belong to like a society like that, you are most likely no go question anything. If you question anything, then you might as well not be there, because then it will be like antithetical, because I ask a lot of questions, right? And then if I ask a lot of questions, imagine say like at day church, then maybe some pastor they talk or something like that. Then like I know they barb something, then mind it talk say nah, this doesn't make sense. Then you go raise your hand, then you go base. Like if you do that more and more, then go sack you. I swear. Them like almost they talk say nyamia semna, so them so, right? You see, so I mean, so if you belong in there, then it means then you don't even have to ask anything. If you have the capability of like asking anything, then you might as well not be there. But that be like what my mind go do me. And
I think you see, it's all like you're talking based on fear. So go that I feel that three things that hold Christian up to that, to uphold that kind of fear, is the fact that heaven, for the like religion, heaven, hell, then incentives, then blessings. These three things they hold. So we will go question them fear go setting like. Oh, you the blaspheme, so you go hell. You get base question. Things, why the base questions? You go hell. Like all those things they uphold. They give medals that idea of upholding that. That kind of shut up, then tap.
Then I mean, to be fair, I don't think like almost all of them are like that, and I hope they sort of like. I mean, like encourage. What for me personally, we love history, right? We read history and all that, and I feel like as a Christian, right, you should be able to sort of like read Christian history aside like the Bible, because the Bible is more like teachings and stuff, right? That's cool. But then, have you read about like the Crusaders? Like the fight. The Spanish Inquisition. Have you like read about the history of the Catholic Church and how like influential that they have been on Christianity, because Romans killed Jesus Christ, and later on they became sort of like the sole authority in sort of like running Christianity. Have you like asked yourself why? You can, I am sure you can do like a survey, let's say in Ghana, you can do like a survey and ask Christians if they know Constantine, and I'm pretty confident like 70% of them will not know, and they will actually tell you they don't have to know because the Bible has everything and all that. I mean, fine, you think it does. That's true, but aren't you denying yourself like knowledge if you don't, like read more, like about all of these things? And then it sort of like hinders you. You understand? Because somebody will know like something in there, then they will hide it from you, and then they can actually sort of like, use that to manipulate you, which most people, have used the Bible and even like religion as a whole to do, because you don't want to challenge your thoughts.
Third from the Belgium.
Yeah.
It'll be the same thing. I don't know whether that speech I hear be like true or not true. But then it gives speech where they tell in Menacee, you them go out to the Congolese, make them preach to them and tell them, say, the poor will inherit the kingdom of God. So make them left them are riches, make them ignore them are riches. So you see, anything them could get beyond, they will take, give the Belgians. Then the Belgians will mind. So that be like the mentality they like, them is my mind is it be that painting where you see for London.
Is it a Queen Victoria? Yeah, the British Museum.
You take the Bible and say, this be how we colonize we rule the whole world.
You understand?
But it actually be true. Sick of them use like things from the Bible. Like somebody will tell you, say, if you be poor, you will inherit the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
You go live where riches. You go tell you, say, where you go. You die safer. If you dey mistreat you safer, you go tell you, say, that be the irony in that too. If they mistreat you, they tell you, see, even though they mistreat you, you die safer, you will go heaven.
Yeah.
You in the mistreat, what they want.
You mom, you dey like educate the person. You they know the one go heaven.
He go tell you, then he will beat you, then he will mistreat you. That like literally that be the way they colonize Charlie.
Today,
Congolese and essentially.
Today, I see something about like, is forgiveness? I forgot it. Is forgiveness good, or is like a whitewashing of evil? Say, like, do you actually have to forgive, or like if you forgive, Christianity they sort of like brush off evil by forgiving something. What does forgiveness does for you?
Really help yourself.
So is it like a rationalization in your own mind that okay, evil was done, but then I don't mind anymore?
It's about letting go. Just let go. Let go. At the end of the day.
But do you actually let go?
I mean, it'd be difficult to let go, but if you let go, unless you don't want to carry that weight on your shoulder. For let go, say off. And what else you go do, no? If you understand, how you call them? If the other person in your own life.
Yeah.
As some book I read, that way they talk. It no be your task to think about what other men is going to do.
That one day.
If you left to them do you bad. You know what I think about. If you them are issue.
Oh yeah.
They just for let go, then move on. They help you yourself. I mean, that's why I thought like the things you did the Bible inside, it be good. Like them forgiveness, love, patience, that be fruit of the spirit of that be the actual foundation of the whole thing. But somebody will go through like stories that
they really talk. These people. So what do we go?
Yeah, I don't know if we say be about like stories. Like you know be about stories that you keep like a whole chapter in your hand. Yeah. Somebody will keep whole chapter in your hand. Like
they have Bible scholars. What?
They've got Bible scholars. If you scholarship, at the back, but I talk say like for the Bible, the actual scriptures, then you for the see like take them to heart, like ruminate over the instance, think about so you will get like them kind of discernments. Like you just chew. It check like final exam. You chew final exam. You chew the whole book into it. You go pass the final exam.
Then again,
but you catch the feel that the person he actually bab the thing. You know if you go head to head plus so if he actually bab the thing, you catch practical side. You go put your top. You chew the thing, baba.
Then again, like it's still they support my argument. Say, I mean, we can do everything that we do, like in relation to each other as humans, and then we wouldn't need religion to give us like a more. Is it like religion? They claim some sort of like a moral authority on something. Because if I say like I believe in God, then everybody go figure say, oh, then it means you are religious. In terms of like ABI, I mean, seeing or defining that thing through like.
But that would be your tax though. You know for thing for them.
Oh no, I mean, I just talk to the fact that do we need religion or not, and like I mean, of course, I feel say that is not important because I mean, I believe in God personally, outside of any or like any of these things because
man say the hen come before the egg.
The hen, yes, I believe in God based on the analogy that the hen came before the egg because only a hen can toe egg. But yeah, I mean, yeah, only a hen can toe egg. But
the
then
last time at the business is a simple question. See,
God put the hen there.
What if God go there in lab inside?
God know they do eggs.
He go in lab inside where he go join the two cells where he create egg. Where the egg crack, where hen come out. Where the hen come out, you grow where that hen to lay egg. Then what came before what?
I mean, the hen came before the egg. Because God they deal in beings, beings. I think.
What?
I mean, I think beings were there before sub beings, right? Because like if the hen makes egg, right, then it will bring forth like another species. Welcome back. Yeah, so like I believe the hen came before the egg.
The place with the bug it be different with different aspects we are not agree plus you.
See.
But we talk about religion, innit?
That one will come later. Evolution and things. Another rabbit hole. But yeah, I mean, so and like I feel like we can relate to each other without having to like base off all of these things like on religion because then again, like I said talking, there is an incentive to do that. That is why they are doing. That means if there wasn't any incentive, then they wouldn't do any like of those things. Well, like I feel like that is wrong, right? Because so far as we have respect for each other, right, and then relate to each other, like in terms of like being kind and all those things. Religion doesn't have a moral sort of like authority on humans being kind. I don't need to belong or have like a religious belief before I am kind to a person. Because as a human being, if you want to be if you want to be kind to another human, or you want to respect, you want to have like patience, you love a person as yourself, you don't need to have like that background, like in religion before you are able to do all of those things. You can do that independently of that.
I'll counter the arguments now.
Counter.
I feel say with the here teachings, I feel say all these religion, before that whole political movement, then able to like get people in communities to follow like a specific kind of rule, specific rule or regulation type thing. There was teachings. Human beings left in their default way, will be more animalistic than the other way around, than human. Be animalistic in nature. But the teachings, somebody they teach you like, oh, this then that, it be a starting point. That's how I see religion. It be a starting point. But like them, this thing where they will tell you like the time we do them tree for like school. They tell you say, oh, they go fishing on Tuesdays, or they do this on this.
Yeah.
Then things so on. It be for a good reason. That times it be based on fear. But then we grab where you see say, oh, if we say God, then they want to conserve like the fish population or something, then help so see them go grow. No? That was how he did it. As you catch that point where you barb that thing, you know, we say you just go then go start a fish on Tuesdays. Now you go respect that because at that point the Bible say it be for the greater good. So it be at the first, religion be starting points. If we get that starting points, no, if in the teachings, no, way before they start, like that whole concept of like specificity, no,
I mean,
they probably should be checked.
But wait, there can be the teaching aside the religion in the first place. What I mean,
the religion came from the teaching, though. That a group of people considering the teaching, no, as their
they could have
religion.
done that without attaching that fear into it, because as soon as you attach fear to that thing, then it makes it a bad premise. That's why, like at the talk, say, then we go the Tottenham, me and my guy go Tottenham, we dey walk for the street top with some guy, they share these flyers, like, I mean, for the church there, we go past the front of the church or something, with the guy give you something. Have you thought about hell? Your first,
Yes.
you dey
Really? Really?
you dey introduce your body, give me as a society, and then it is based on fear. Just what you want to say, obeshi, like you know, and like obviously, I am not scared of that, right? And then if you, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
That's what it is. It is what it is. That's what it is.
Sure.
Right? It's like I am not scared of that because I mean, one, I am not sort of like, I'm not just walking around doing sort of like bad deeds or whatever it is. And then I try to relate to people in a more like
Civil manner.
civil and respectful.
Civilization.
Yeah, like very civil. You understand? Like, I mean, you give respect to people. If I am walking,
Treating people as yourself.
just like that, right?
That be the whole
I don't
fundamental
need-
basis of the whole thing.
I don't even need a reason to do that. You know, I don't need a reason to do that. But just by being respectful to, you know, other fellow human beings, as I would want them to be, you know, like towards me, you know, just by that, it is satisfied, right? But the person's like first introduction, like you introduce your body to me, and then have you thought about hell?
Why do you Jano? Have you thought about hell?
You see, and then anybody who comes to you with fear wants to enslave you, right? Anybody who approaches you with fear wants to enslave you at the end. That is why it is a bad premise. If it is a good premise, lay it bare. You know, I want you to succeed regardless of anything. Don't attach fear to it. Don't do this, don't do that. Just let's do this because for this sake, no incentive, no fear.
But I think you see, I feel that part of that whole fear dynamic, it come add as a result of that political movement. But I feel most of the teachings,
I think so, really.
most of the teachings, so the Bible, it be derived from like different writings,
Yeah.
where them compile them together.
Yeah.
It not be like one book we did.
Then again, Peter, you do that then. You should say, Peter, you did heaven. Because your man do things. Your man do things past Saint Peter.
Who do I know if you he did it.
Yeah, I mean, like they talk that one. I think it's true. I think you know, like they sort of like put that fear factor into it because of like for political reasons.
That's why I talk. That's why I talk. See, some article I read, where them do like experiments.
Yeah.
So them do experiments of like they mix like orange juice with vinegar, very terrible combination. You know, if you swallow himself, where them give them to different groups. One group, them talk to them based off of like a religious belief. Sort of like they do this for the greater good, they do this for God, they do this for like your brothers, then kind of fellowship, then things.
Yeah.
Like just using them kind of influential religious words when them take walk inside. The other group they not talk that thing to them. And finally see this one, the group where them influence them plus them religious words. No? Them suck the orange juice plus the vinegar more. Even though it was difficult to do, no.
Shush.
This they so downed it. Like them drink every single thing. So they do like various listen about I think 4 experiments or something where them come to conclusion say like the group where them get more self-control, they're more zeal to keep moving on, not giving up. No, those group of people were the group that was influenced by that sort of religious word, where when they talk to them about like religious things, like they may do them based on religious beliefs and things. But then the thing about the whole experiment you see, and found out that I think 1/3 of that whole group was about like were atheists or agnostic or something. Agnostic be like they believe or disbelieve in the belief in the existence of God. So it be critical say like to not say like even with atheists and agnostics still with those religious influences some of them still went ahead and proceeded with like that kind of self-control, that kind of will to move forward. So it tell you that kind of heavy influence of religion infused with that political endeavor, the way that thing go. That be why I feel say like Constantine, then that whole Roman sex, them come see like the way the religion did, them really push heavy into one.
I should say your man see how the Christians sort of like be. I mean, the early Christians like were dedicated to like the religion that they were willing to be burnt because they were being burnt, they were being persecuted, but then like they still push. It's like we can actually use these people for a positive movement or something. See that
influence when them started change most of my guy, the Romans.
There is no way, because if it wasn't for politics, why is Christianity spearheaded by like, people who killed Jesus Christ?
Individuals for the Roman Empire, fine. Individuals are fine. That as a political movement, as like the head of the Roman Empire, that's how they believe say them and and then they be really Christians.
I swear.
The Romans be like crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean
power drunk kind of empire way, them like boy.
And the funny thing is, like, I mean, throughout Christian history, I mean, outside the Bible, you can actually see the sort of like, I mean, the use of Christianity to gain like more power and more wealth. It's like, and then that's
be Christianity alone self like.
Oh yeah,
Islam,
actually.
Different religions.
Oh yeah,
come with like menace willing to fight for a religious cause. Then they go heavy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Boy,
I mean,
then they swing to the
yeah. An example of like, I mean, this political thing be what then like we talk about the other time in terms of how then the Pope they sell like indulgences, right? Like say if you pay this amount that you actually go fee sort of like pay for your sins, then you go heaven. Then that gave rise to like I mean that paved the way for Martin Luther to write his thesis. I still don't know the number of theses, but probably the 99 theses of Martin Luther King saying that Charlie,
Martin Luther King, no be the black one.
Yeah.
I was so clarified, yeah.
No, that's actually a mistake. It's not Martin Luther. Martin Luther. Yeah. I have a dream. Martin Luther, yeah. That gave, I mean, that paved the way for Martin Luther to write his like 99 theses, against the Catholic Church. Because, I mean, because they wanted to like fund lavish, I mean, the paintings, which is, I mean, funny because we go and look at all of these paintings and then, like the beauty, but then it was like based off on like corruption, then, like bribery of, poor people. If it is done, it's done. What can I do?
What's good?
Yoruba where like I mean then use those monies to like fund lavish parties and stuff like then they talk about Borgia in one Pope Alexander the Sixth Pope Alexander the Sixth in one Rodrigo, right? Then I mean on and on and on, cause one thing too we you try debunk this political movement for I mean like in Christianity is Mary Magdalene like teaching. She get in own scriptures, right? But then J for inside for whatever reason. But then in one was more of like how you will feel like relate to your fellow humans without all of these like incentives. She actually they argue say Jesus didn't teach anything about
that be the basis
politics.
of the whole
Then
thing,
I am the way and the life. He said no. He said like follow this. Like I mean be kind, be this, be that, be that, and all of those political things. Like, and that you could go heaven if you did. He never teach that. I mean
that be the whole basis of that Christianity. No?
But then it will actually be hard.
It cuts across like the entire world. It not really be about like saying you be Christian or what. Like these be fundamental things we.
It actually be fundamental, right?
So what if you were born in like into Buddhism, but then you go Buddhism inside, you go see then things they repeat them body kindness, forgiveness, then things so it repeats them body for like them most of them legit like religions. That be the fundamental basis.
I mean
them other things.
It actually go be hard say Jesus as a religious leader go teach all these political insertions like we see for the Bible inside. Not see because I mean like I feel like I mean people who were sort of like very popular then they wouldn't teach stuff like I am the way and the life and never because I mean like they talk Mary Magdalene in scriptures mom know they talk about those things because I mean probably she was the closest person to Jesus Christ and she did talk say like it was more about the values rather than all these political like insertions and it is just me and then if you don't follow me you are like you are going to burn in hell and all those things. That's like more of sort of like centuries later additions just I mean for the politics.
It would be hard to like absorb or even understand. So it be something we after Jesus in there too. 2,000 years of indoctrination up to this point.
Powerful politics.
As well. It will be hard to say somebody will just sit down and tap and talk, say, this and this and this. So, I mean, that thing, Charlie.
Actually, the
fundamental basis.
Actually, the work give those people who are seeking power to do that. Like, we fight for you, we know, this and that, then, But it brings... So we have like the final question, right? For this session. It's like who or what is God?
Or what is God? God is a force, isn't it?
Frictional.
It be the intelligence behind the fabric of the entire universe and beyond. That would be my definition of like God.
So God doesn't have gray hair, white hair.
I mean
some
but
kind
God
of like
me so
some old man for the right like
they tap the skies inside
chariot. That be how the Mormons they perceive God, like God, some with white hair, wearing some kind of like cloth.
To each,
he actually go be code for heaven. So I don't know why God go wear just some clothes.
Yeah, you go heaven before be code for heaven.
If I work as me, if I work as me, and there's a
alpaca.
But how then depict God way God they use like old form of like transportation across the skies, which is like horses than chariot. If they drive like Cybertruck or something.
Oh, Charlie, Cybertruck. I say, wait, you take God come low crowd. At least like a horses here.
Horses.
Now you see horse way they ride for sky inside before. Cybertruck, that you see some before.
That's a horse chariot. And I say a man of God Force One. Yeah. God Force One make it travel. Now, but I know the Bible. How you they paid God, then they give an old form of, you know. Like,
meanwhile, the person there everywhere. He there here right now.
They don't even, or he, she, is God a woman?
They them. But you know, say at the bar that side to go, human beings now, we really not go feel understand things until we like personify things. Mm-hmm. So obviously, you know, to kind of paint a picture of God, it be hard to go tell like human beings here like God, like from my definition. See, I'll tell somebody, say God be like the intelligence behind the fabric of like the entire event, like the it come down to like the fundamental, like the basis. No, it not go really bad, like it go be hard. So it will be easy. Say you go paint a picture of like an overpowering being. No? So to get a picture of, to give people the kind of imagery of the power and grace of God. So that's at the back. But to me, dear boy.
But I don't think they did it based on that. I think they did it based on, was it just personify, you know, that, or that one too was used for political reasons? Because mostly God be white.
The Romans, isn't it?
You know, man.
Jesus
way.
The place you come up from, no?
Jesus where you grow up from, like that too. Middle East way in a jail.
It be pale fast. But again, Charlie, that be the thing. That be the questions where like if we come, manage my head inside. You know, we say like you just for throw away like just. Or be open-minded and question.
Oh yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
we did this. We really don't know anything.
We really don't know anything because, like,
just questioning things.
At the end of the day, I think I will say this again. That right. I mean, personally, no religion for me, right? But then it doesn't mean religion is bad, right? I mean, I think it's based on like a premise which we eventually self-destruct when humanity gets to a certain age. That one day is true. It will like wipe out. Mm-hmm. You know, when our fundamental understanding of the world changes, everything is going down. Mm-hmm. But I mean, currently, there are people with like great values, and they got those values, you know, through, you know, their participation in religion, maybe like in Christianity and all that. And I mean, like I will say it again, like my mommy, my sister, my woman, or like all of those people around me, we then go to church and then get like amazing values, right? Yeah. That, I mean, you want to be with them, you want to be around them, and I mean, they are church goers and all of those things. But one thing where it stand out, you know, amongst them is aside everything, they also have their own personal judgment, right? Mm-hmm. That they wouldn't, you know, put themselves in some sort of like under the sort of like the guidance of somebody where you go take advantage of them. So immediately that they cite that, you know, somebody is sort of like trying to sort of dupe them, or, you know, like, influence them in a bad way, they will withdraw from, you know, something like that.
Have you thought of hell?
Have you thought of hell?
Opener. Your first opener. Have you thought of hell?
Which I thought of, have I thought of hell? You are in hell.
And away, bro.
You didn't Tottenham the business say, have I thought of hell? Meanwhile, you stand in hell inside. Tottenham. See, if you ever go to London, no. No shade to Tottenham, but don't go to Tottenham. Please. Don't go to Tottenham.
No comments.
Trauma.
PTSD.
Don't go to Tottenham. Like, take train, pass go, Islington and other times. But make no go to Tottenham.
Smile and wave.
I swear. But
boy,
yeah. But we will go back to London, innit?
You basically, to define God.
issue your disclaimer first, because whatever you say about God is
That's why I
wrong.
can say it be me, man. That's
But then
it be either true or it not be true.
So you are still wrong.
I don't be wrong.
No,
it be question mark data.
Okay, well.
So when you know if you prove say I be right, I know if you prove say I be right. You know if you prove say I be wrong.
God is a force. I think God is a black hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Why you come to that? Listen.
Cause black hole, I think in the universe, black hole has the sort of like the major force more than any other thing. Yeah. Because everything they sort of like revolve around a black hole, and then it sucks it in.
So if God is black hole, then what be white hole?
Is there a white hole?
I mean black. They're like black hole, they suck everything in. White hole, they push everything out.
So God be so them be twins. Oh no, actually, I mean,
you say black hole.
Atom. God can be an atom.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I don't think about God, right? Because I can't perceive God, and I don't think anybody in a human form can perceive God. Never. Like it won't happen, because God is beyond like our imagination, which means I am also wrong saying God is beyond our imagination.
But you not be wrong. Question mark they talk. That's what I feel. Right, you know if you prove yourself right,
and then
nobody
if you prove yourself wrong. Okay, so question mark they talk. But then I don't think about God, because I don't think I can perceive God, and I don't think nobody can perceive God, and I don't think we should even bother ourselves trying to perceive God. Do what you have to do, because our understanding is we are here for something, right? We are sort of gathering some intelligence for a next phase of something. I don't know, this is all weird, and we keep pondering over it, and then it to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But then
we dip.
Exactly. At 150, innit? But then I don't think about God. I don't perceive God. I don't worry myself. The reality is, you and I, they sit here. The reality is, I relate with other people, and then that is what I have control over. And then what best can I do now? Respect, kindness, love, this, that. What
fundamental values.
Exactly. Whatever they make my human state, they sort of feel good about itself, right? Not taking advantage of other humans as if they are some means, right? Then I what I have control over is what I am concerned with. Then trying to make an impact on that. So I don't really think about God, and I don't perceive God. I don't think about heaven. I don't think about hell. I don't know what those are. What I know and what I have control over is my relationship with my surrounding and my fellow humans, and that is all.
Every life, Charlie.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you mean. You know, if you talk say God did, so they do good and things.
Exactly,
God did, so they accumulate good things.
And the funny thing is, if you think about things that way, then
are you actually good?
Not even that. God they see through that. If God even they even pay attention to this. Everything that you perceive is under the realm of existence, which is below God in the first place. So what are you trying to do here? Who are you trying to game? And praise God. Humans deserve praise, not God. Praise God say what?
Transcend all that things.
God they transcend prayer. God doesn't need you to pray to him before he could manifest something.
Yeah.
God is and God is not. Period.
What I got to talk about, that's me see them kind of prayers, them praises and things.
You go to vibration point.
I go to vibration. They elevate your frequency.
Oh yeah.
So if you're good in that way, it elevates your frequency.
Yeah, in that way. But then at the feel say if it is that way, then people should perceive it as a vibration technique rather than, because if you perceive it as a vibration technique, you are able to harness the power of it rather than just hiding behind all these.
Your box certain places where for the explain
vibration.
You go explain. Yeah. So it be easy say somebody go praise God, say they praise God, and they praise God say they try elevating frequency or vibration. So it be that in some is that. That's why they talk. No, sometimes it be starting point.
Okay,
it be easy to go back.
Go back to the whole thing. You actually have to.
You see that communal feeling, leaning on each other, and things. Them religious, them things. So it be good.
It actually be good.
Even for they promote the fundamentals. The fundamentals.
The fellowship of the brethren is good because you relate to somebody, right? But then don't go into religion under fear. Don't go under some kind of desperation, right?
If heaven no day, if hell no day, if incentives no day, blessings and things, would you still be a Christian?
Exactly.
I don't really believe say a bunch of people go be Christians.
And go wipe out.
Them go wipe out everything. Them go full nihilism.
Talk say so all those times them God know the way me and the worry my body like make we go party. I swear, but
right.
That's what it is.
That's life. That is the life.
We are done with this episode.
Be one own opinion. But don't take them serious.
Don't take them serious. This be how we talk on a normal day, and then we are making
normal dialogue.
And then we are making a podcast out of it, talking about it so that we can document it, and maybe one day we'll find ourselves
one day we chop
watching
something and then we watch people inspire and say, hey,
should I know where?